Okay, so I will start again. What is IELTS? IELTS is International English Language Testing System, and it's just test our English. How efficient we are with English, how easily we can interact using this language, and if you just go into a foreign country, so how we will be interacting with others. So there are two types of IELTS. One is academic and one is general. Okay, so the pattern is almost the same. The different things in academic general is what is the writing and the reading. Okay, so first we initially will start with the listening. It has 4 sections and 40 questions, and we are just given 30 minutes. And in most of the centers, or I would say that in almost all centers, after 30 minutes, the worksheet is taken from you in most of the centers. However, in some centers, they have a worksheet in front. They're the answer sheet of listening, and the back side is the reading. They will just take the question paper from you. Okay. And if we come to the reading, so again, there are 3 sections, 40 questions, and 60 minutes. Okay. 3 sections. The main difference between general reading and academic reading is that academic is quite difficult. Okay, the questions are not in a sequence. The questions are, just one question is from paragraph 1. They are haphazardly placed. So it's not in a sequence. That is why academic, reading is a bit difficult. Moreover, apart from that, it's the text is also quite difficult. Okay, in general, you will just get a easy text like reading a small children's storybook, something these kind of text you will be getting from in general, whereas in academic you will not be getting these kind of texts. It will be from a novel, something very different and difficult to understand the text. These kind of a text and paragraphs you will be getting from um, in academic. Then if we will come to general writing and academic writing, again, both have 2 tasks, and you have 60 minutes to do that. And in speaking also, we will say that 3 parts, it almost takes around 10 to 15 minutes, depends upon how good you are going and how well the examiner just want to listen to you or talk to you. So if the uh, candidate is not confident, he's not answering or just giving a small or short answers, the examiner will just finish the speaking as quick as possible. Okay, now we will just see that what kind of questions and we can experience in different modules. So if you talk about listening, it's mostly multiple choice, diagram labeling, sentence completion, and summary completion. Multiple choice, I will say, is, one question, 3 options, just choose it. Or it's sometimes the 2 columns are there, you have to match. Okay, that what this particular person or this particular thing is talking about what. Okay, diagram labeling is mostly the map. Okay, the directions, where the person is going, what's happening, where is that location, where is that, that's the diagram labeling. You don't have to label anything, you just have to write on your answer sheets. Sentence completion is again what, fill in the blanks. And summary completion, again, either it's a question, it's a blank or something, just have to summarize, you have to just write in a word, that's it. Reading, again, it's 60 minutes and 40 questions. There are multiple choice of questions, sentence completion, fill in the blanks, matching features and matching headings. Mostly in part A, in both academic and general, it's matching headings. Okay, it will start with paragraphs. Only one line will be given and you have to match, okay, which paragraph it's correlating to. Then the next question will be MCQs type of questions. Okay, fine, pick up the best answer. Then next, if you will move is, the fill in the blanks. And in part 3, it will be, the headings of the paragraphs. What is the paragraph describing these kind of questions, and fill in the blanks. Writing, again, there are 2 tasks, 60 minutes and 2 questions. In general, it will be, I will discuss it later again. And speaking, it's same for general and academic. The questions are same, for all the three parts. There's no difference between, speaking and listening of general and academic. Now, if we talk about writing, so I would say that, academic writing is the first task is usually a graph or a table chart or a diagram, and you just have to explain that. You just have to write 150 words. It will be short, to the point, no extra stories, nothing. Okay. Whereas on the other side, if we'll see is that general writing is the first task, usually a letter. It can be to anyone. It can be to a boss, to your friend, to your family member, to the, newspaper editor, anyone. You just have to write a letter, again 150 words. And yeah, there is no such one more thing I would say is that there is no such time division that, okay, fine, they will just tell you, okay, 30 minutes gone, now just start your tasks, do this. No, this will not be happening. You have to work on this by yourself, that you have to be so efficient that you just finish your task one within 20 minutes. So you have more time left for the task two, because that's the bigger task. And again, task two is similar in both the general and academic tests. It will be an essay in which you have to write around 250 to 300 words. Okay, that's maximum 300 words. Just make it some way around, 280 something. Okay, and it can be, the essay will be on any topic. But mostly it's seen that academic essays are quite difficult. They just talk about environmental changes, climate changes, global warming, these kind of essays. But they are, not that hard. If you have a good vocab, if you have knowledge about that. Moreover, they are not given frequently. It's rarely seen in the exam. But again, general essays are, quite easy, and you know, easy to write. You just have to know the pattern, how to write an essay. So you are good to go. And if you have a good vocab, you know the pattern, then you can easily score, a 7 with your basic English knowledge. Yeah, just basic vocabulary as well. So the question arises now that how to prepare for IELTS. It's just, you have to improve your vocabulary, just converse with each other in English. Find a speaking partner, improve your listening, just listen to, your watch English movies. If you want, you can just, switch on the subtitles as well. Listen, read, listen, read. It will just speed up your both the, senses, that you will listen what you're listening, and then you will just read, okay, fine, okay, fine. And again, if there is any kind of, accent problem, that you will able to catch that, because you're listening and reading both together. And prepare all of the 4 modules, and then take the IELTS mock test. If you just book your test, then they just said, IDP or British Council send you some tests, and which you can take. Okay, and you fix time. But there are some websites also which perform, free tests, that it's known as IELTS online something. But the answers are not correct in that. I've tried practicing there once, but the answers weren't correct. And if they are just saying that prepare all 4 modules, yes, you have to prepare all 4 modules, but initially start with one. Just master that module. If for example, or start with 2. For example, if you just start with reading and listening, okay, just one day you will do listening part 1, just to get yourself familiarized. Okay, fine, what's part 1, how it will go. For 2 to 3 days, good 2 3 days, just practice part 1, then move to part 2, then move to part 3, then work together. Same with the reading also. And the best way to prepare for IELTS is, is the Cambridge books. They're more than enough. There are many unnecessary, irrelevant materials available online. I would say that avoid that. Cambridge books are the standard books, and they usually, also have the past tests also in the new coming books. Okay, they also have that kind of test in the books. So just prepare from Cambridge books. You don't need to look here and there for other material, because that's the only authentic material you have. Okay, and in the end also, yeah, For the essay and at speaking, I would say that if you want, you can just take, help for from any senior or IELTS teacher who can evaluate you um, according to IELTS criteria. And reading also, some people find it difficult that how to read or something. For that also, you can take help. But if you just, solve Cambridge works, read the explanation, why is the answer is this. However, there are no answer explanation, but they just highlight. Okay, fine, this is the answer. Okay, so if you just find these kind of books, then it's good for you. And here is the score chart. Academic. If you will see that, the marking is also very strict over here. See, whereas in general, they are quite lenient. And academic is again, just given for what study purposes and to take admission or just to show that you are fluent in English, whereas general is mostly given for immigration. Yeah, it doesn't has any other use. So if you have any questions, so you can just ask me, so I will just answer that questions. Just unmute yourself and answer, or you can write in the chat. Anyone, any question? Again, everyone in the group. No, we cannot use general IELTS for academic purpose. No, we can't. Because I said that, the academic reading is very crucial because, it's very important and it's very difficult and, uh, you can't use it. Because I recently gave IELTS again because my previous IELTS got expired. But when I just read for the requirements, everywhere it's written that you have to give academic for for study purposes, if you want to practice medicine, or if you want to get any kind of admission, if you want, even if you want to get a job, then also, it's just academic. These are the requirements I have read so far. Okay, how much okay, do we need to read the whole? No, you don't have to read the whole paragraph. Yes, again, in academic, yes, I would say that, because in academic reading, high level of paraphrasing is used. Okay, the question will be the answers will be so paraphrased that you won't be able to find the answer. Again, I would repeat that, in academic, unlike general, where the questions are in a sequence, the answers or the paragraphs are also in a sequence. Whereas in academic, it's just happens one information, for example, for the question number one, information, the answer will be maybe in paragraph number 3, or it will be in between of paragraph 2, whereas the answer of question number 2 will be the first line of paragraph second. So yes, I would say it takes time, but with practice, you can just ace this exam. Academic is usually difficult. No, if academic is done, it can't be used for immigration or any other way. No. You will use academic only to get a job, admission, or just to show that you are fluent. Like, for example, if you're a doctor, I would say about myself that if you're a doctor, then yesterday I was just seeing that, few institutions were just asking for IELTS or OET or self-pep, that just to know about how frequent, how, easily you can converse in English. They were not asking for general. Okay. And how much time is need for good preparation? It depends upon the person. It varies from person to person. If your English is good, if you're able to grip your grip the pattern, and if you're able to work on your techniques, if you have mastered the techniques, then many people just give exam and hardly 10 to 15 days as well. However, some takes months. Maximum 1 month, I would say, is more than enough. Because if you will just do around 4 books of Cambridge, each book has around 4 tests. So it will hardly take a month to solve all the tests. And 4 to 5 books, I would say that's more than enough to practice. And one more thing I would like to say is that the latest Cambridge book, that is the 15, 16, and 17, they were not having, this maps or diagrams in listening. Whereas when I just gave my recent IELTS in December, I got maps. And literally, I didn't prepare for the map or any kind of diagram in listening, but I got the map. And but these three books were not having any kind of maps or diagrams in listening. Yeah, the specific book is, just the Cambridge. Just go with the, if you have time, you can do as many books as you want of the Cambridge. I would say do not go here and there or take any material. Map, okay, don't take just Cambridge, stick to the Cambridge books, at least do 4 to 5 Cambridge books. I would say, do the recent one. The map was in the listening, and the listening is same for academic and general. So the map will come only in the listening, not in the reading. Okay, how to prepare for speaking is that just converse on, um, read about different topics, learn good vocabulary, talk with someone just to build up the confidence. Okay, I will share my experience with you all. Initially when 2 years back when I just gave my IELTS, 2 to 3 years back. Before that, I had already given OET, and so I was fluent in English. But uh, I gave my IELTS 2 years back, around 2 to 3 years back, the first IELTS, and it was in Riyadh. And the examiner was not present in person, and he was online. So it was very difficult for me, and I was, it was something I was not confident, and it was something very new for me. So, at that time, I got, around 7.5 in speaking, whereas in December, when I gave in Qatar, and, the examiner was a Native American. And luckily, I scored 8.5 because I was confident. I was answering every question confidently. I was, looking in the eyes of the examiner. I was not, okay, fine, yeah, what to say, okay, how to talk, yeah, okay, I don't know about this thing. Even if you don't know about any topic, just say something, because they are not checking your knowledge. They're checking how fluent you are in English, how if you're just stuck in any kind of a situation, how you'll come out, how you will ask for help. Okay, okay, fine, I don't know about this. Can you just ask another question, because it's not I don't have any kind of expertise in this subject, or I do not um like the subject, or it's a very dry topic, so I do not want to talk on this. Just say anything. And for that, you have to be confident. You have to practice speaking daily with someone who is fluent, or who can, just point out your mistakes, or who can also teach you some kind of good words, or you someone can who teach you, answers, or you can just sit in front of the mirror, just pick a random topic, just talk on that topic. Anything else anyone wants to ask? And one more thing I would like to say is that, many people just get so anxious and so nervous to give IELTS. It's not a matter of life or death. Okay, it's a very easy exam. You just have to master the technique. You have to learn about the pattern, and you have to be, in a flow, so you can just work under pressure. Okay, and it's not a difficult exam. You can easily pass or clear this exam with good practice. And again, you have the option. You always have the option to give the exam again. If you do not clear, or if you do not get your desired score, uh, you know, in your first try, you can just always give it a second try. You can try as many times as you want. It's just increasing your skill. If you're just moving to any, English speaking country, then, the link for the Cambridge books is already shared in the group. I will just reshare it. And the details of about the course is also shared in the group. Again, I will reshare it. Okay, Rifat, are you just preparing for academic or general?
Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you.
I'm planning to prepare for general. I haven't started yet. So just to begin with, it's good to have your orientation program. So it's good for me to gear up, and inshallah, maybe in 1 to 2 days, I will start the preparation.
Inshallah. General is very easy. Do not worry about that. Though, just think that general is quite easy than academic. Academic is different. Academic is difficult. And in general, everything comes in a sequence. It's just like a baby paper. I have given IELTS twice, and both times I have secured 9 in reading. People find reading very
Okay.
difficult, but I have secured 9 in reading and 7.5 in writing as well. Okay. Listening is quite difficult for many people. Initially it was
Mhm.
difficult for me as well. Okay,
Okay.
without any preparation, when I just gave IELTS general 2 years back, I got 7, and this time, I just gave with a little bit of preparation, it was 7.5. Again, there was some kind of a malfunction in the headphones which were provided to us, and everyone missed their 2 questions. But I just got
Okay.
again. I just wanted 8 in listening, so I didn't bother to get myself rechecked,
Mhm.
because when I went to the center again, everyone had the same score because everyone missed 2 questions, 1 to 2 questions. So it's easy. Just work on your listening.
Okay. So if you have any material for listening or anything else for anything
Cambridge
like
books and
module,
Cambridge
yes.
audio. Yeah, that's more than enough.
Then if you can share it in the group because
Yeah,
I just joined your group, so I don't have any material.
I will reshare it.
Okay,
Okay,
and if you
anyone?
provide any course that then can you or you will share in the
I will
group.
share in the group as well.
Okay.
Okay, anyone else want to ask anything? Anyone? Okay, so I will just summarize everything, and then I will just end this meeting, and I will also share the recording in the group. Okay, so whatever you are preparing, just use Cambridge books. Try to work under pressure. Initially, start with one subtest, for example, a one part, and then just when you have mastered the skill to solve that, then just move to next part, and then do the final part, the part C, and set your timer at 60 minutes for the reading. And in listening, you don't need any kind of a time. And writing, again, it depends upon how far. If you want to set the timer, I have never set timer for myself, never ever, because I can't work under pressure unless I'm in the examination hall. So just if you're doing reading, I would say that set your timer for 50 minutes instead of 60. Okay. And same with the writing as well. Set your timer for 50 minutes and instead of 60, because in examination it will take whole 60 minutes. Okay. What I used to do is, meanwhile I'm solving part A. When I've done with part A, I will just quickly read every questions, every answers again. I will recheck it at that time, and by the time I will be on part C, 30 minutes, at least give 30 minutes to part C, at least. Because part C, this time when I just gave in Qatar, it was quite difficult. It was very difficult. Literally, the girls stood up and they asked the examiner that is this IELTS general or academic? It was quite difficult. And, I was unable to answer one question. And, randomly when they said, okay, time up, I just write A, B, C in that one question. But, again, general is uh, a bit, I got 9. So it's quite difficult. The part C is quite difficult. Listening, just go with the flow. Yeah, in listening, the most important thing is spelling. If your spelling is wrong, even though the pronunciation is correct, but you will just get zero. This, when I just got my first paper rechecked, my spellings, in, I was just in speed and I just wrote the wrong spellings and, they just marked it wrong. All the pronunciation was right. It was oyster. I wrote OYES instead of OYSTER, and I just got a zero. So spellings are very important listening. So whenever you're just, if you will read, so you just get to know about the spellings. What? If you have any other concerns, you can just post in the group. Okay. I will just,